got this passion, and it's burning deep inside of me.
So guys, what is up? As here once again. From today, the 10 times summoning event for Knight Revenants has started. As usual, this doesn't increase the chance to summon epics or legendaries. 10 times events only increase the chance of receiving a specific champion when an epic or legendary is summoned. As you can see here, it's 8% and 5% for Voids and Ancients, and 94 and 6% for Sacred Shards. Let's quickly go over all these champions, starting with the legendaries. First up is Bystophys. He's an attack type. His A1 attacks one enemy. 50% chance of blocking cooldown skills for one turn. The placing chance can be increased to 65%. His A2 attacks all enemies and inflicts a crit against targets under blocked cooldown skills. He gets healed by 20% of the damage inflicted. The cooldown can be decreased to 3 turns, with the last book increasing the damage. His A3 attacks 4 times at random, with each hit having a chance to block cooldown skills and decrease defense for 2 turns. Both have a chance of 75% after books. His aura increases accuracy by 70 in all battles. He has incredibly high base attack and low defense. His speed is also on the slower side. His crit damage is increased by 13 from the usual 50%. Doomlord, a support type champion. His kit makes him a perfect dungeon and clan boss champion. His A1 attacks an enemy 3 times. It also places 30% decreased speed for 2 turns if it's a crit. His A2 also benefits from crits. He attacks a single enemy, placing 2 poisons for 1 turn. When he crits, he can place up to 4 poisons on all enemies. The skill debuff chance goes up to 100, and it can be reduced to a 3-turn cooldown. His A3 decreases the turn meter of all enemies with less than 50% HP by 100%. He has a chance of placing decreased attack on all enemies for 2 turns. He also has a chance of placing decreased defense on all enemies for 2 turns. If the turn meter is decreased by this skill, he gets an extra turn. The chances for both debuffs are 100%. Unfortunately, his aura increases defense in the arena, when his kit clearly makes him a dungeon champion. Overall, he has very good base stats with 20% accuracy as opposed to the usual 10. Now to the Voids. Soulless is a defensive type champion with terrible blaze speed. I made a spotlight of him in a previous video. Single target A1 with a 50% chance of stunning an enemy after buffs. 3 times random hit A2 with 100% chance to remove a buff. If a buff is removed, he provokes the target. The first hit of the skill will land on the selected target. His A3 attacks all enemies and increases the duration of all debuffs. He provokes them and places a shield on himself for 2 turns based on 30% of the inflicted damage. This damage increases by 10% for each debuff. Lastly, his aura increases defense and faction crits by 44%. Hegemon, oh Hegemon. As mentioned in my most wanted Void Champions video, he is an arena god. His passive makes him always go first, regardless of speed. He can then attack with his A2, which hits all enemies and decreases their attack. He also has a 50% chance to place block cooldown skills for 2 turns. This is one of the few champions that excels without a single book. I would say let's go over the epics, but the next champion is a legendary in disguise. Of course, it's Miscreated monster. Many will summon simply for this champion alone. His A1 attacks twice and he can apply a stun. When a stun is applied, he gives himself a defense buff. His powerful A2 attacks all enemies and can also stun. He places a shield on all allies for 3 turns equal to 25% of the inflicted damage. Damage inflicting base shields are incredibly powerful because they scale so well. He also provides ally protection for his team with his A3. Additionally, he heals himself for 50% of his max HP and places a continuous heal buff on himself. All that on a 4-turn cooldown. He is well worth investing books into him as soon as possible. There will be a video about buffs and debuffs on this channel, so check it out to find out everything that makes this champion so special. If all this sounded good, he also has powerful passive. He places fear on an attacker. This applies to any source of ally protection, not only his, and also affects himself when he has ally protection on him. His aura provides 33% increased HP in the arena. Doompriest is our first true epic. Very good base stats overall. His A1 gives a random ally a 15% increased crit buff if this attack was critical. His A2 places a 50% increased attack buff on all allies on a 3-turn cooldown. Only 1 book is necessary. With his passive, he heals all allies by 7.5% of their HP and removes a random buff when Doompriest starts his turn. Be aware that he only increases the speed of force champions in all battles. He is a very nice supporter, insanely cheap to book. Our 2 Void epics are Faceless and Whisper. To make this a little bit shorter, we won't go over their full kits. Both champions are niche champions which can be strong. Faceless A3 will ignore shields, block damage and defense. This makes him great at one-shotting anything besides Rotors and Skullcrown. Whisper was part of an earlier Amazon Prime promotion. She is pure single target and can apply Weaken with her A1. Her A2 ignores defense if she attacks somebody with Weaken, and her A3 grants her an extra turn when decreased defense and Weaken are applied on the targeted champion. Now to the other ongoing events. The Dungeon Divers event is ending soon, and the Artifact Enhancement has started today. In terms of rewards, the Artifact Enhancement event provides nothing special, but the point target is also fairly low. For tournaments, we have the Champion Chase tournament going on, so if you want to summon for the 10 times, you get additional benefits. The current dungeon tournament is for Fire Knights. And that's already it. If you enjoy this content, consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one, and until then, peace out.